Imagine voices of angels in our songs. You smell like you. Oh, body fall.
Body fall. Can you just briefly?
Yeah.
Sorry to jump in there. Could you just explain how I draw a turtle? I'm going to do it very quickly with a description of how you draw it.
That's Kapichat! That's Kapichat! That's Kapichat!
That's Kapichat.
Nice background, light backdrop.
Well, because we're interviewing a man with a surname similar to the apple, I hope this is the right apple. If not, I'm going to offend him.
Well, did you know? Right, you should know this before you meet him. That his family were actually the originators of the Cox's apple.
No, I'm not falling for that.
God, you are. I swear to God.
You're going to make me look stupid, aren't you?
No, I swear, that's the truth.
He's going to love this background then, isn't he?
He'll be right at home with it.
Oh, it's going to...
Promise you are in that, and
This is really interesting. My mother's maiden name is also Cox.
is it really?
We might be related.
You do look quite similar.
That's why he's not here yet, and he's not reading the WhatsApp. It's a bit like Fight Club. You just imagine one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway, big day for us today. We released an album, didn't we?
We did.
We don't do very often, so it was nice to actually put one out.
Obviously, when people are watching this, it's a couple of days away. We released an album.
Yeah, a few days ago. In a few days' time, we'll have another one. So if you missed it, don't worry about it.
Now, it was a special album this time. It was a charity one, wasn't it? It's
Yeah.
so far at the time of recording, 9 o'clock on Friday night. It was released this morning. We've raised a little bit of money for it. We've raised 50 quid, I think, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah, sold a few on Bandcamp.
It's decent, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
decent. Still need to get a message sent out on Bandcamp about it, because we've only really done the Facebook advertising, and they pick and choose kind of.
Facebook don't like us, do they?
They've kind of. But Heidi did a post about it, and about 3 people have seen it, which is ridiculous. Yet we've been seeing the same post over and over again of other people. So
That's old Zuckerberg. He just slags us off. He didn't like us.
maybe we should get him on here.
Wow, why did you just sound like a Dalek? You sound like a Dalek. What are you doing? You've broken. We've broken
No,
stick.
How about now?
Zuckerberg again. That's better. Yeah.
Do you know what it was?
You know what?
I had my foot on a guitar pedal.
Oh, you can't just keep away from him, can you?
I love it. And that was going through my big muff.
Wherever you go, you take a guitar pedal with you.
It was going through my big muff. For some reason, the big muff is actually on all the time.
Get your foot out of your big muff. So yeah, today, as we're saying, today was released a Semi Skimmed acoustic album, which is a bit different for us. But we think we've done all right, don't we? It's quite good.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. I like it. It's there was a little bit of the reaction that I feared we'd possibly have from having an acoustic album out, but once people realise that it is a charity album as well, and that we're writing a lot of songs here, and we've got some acoustic songs. We've got a lot of influences, a lot of ideas of what we want to do. So there's some different things comes out, but essentially it still just sounds like us, but just with the guitars. So it's just
a bit more relaxing. You get to sleep to it. It's quite nice.
Exactly.
I listened to it earlier in the car. I'd forgotten half of the songs.
That's how it always is. Release time, I'm on to the next one.
Yeah, suddenly remembered. There's a love song about a Ford Fiesta on this. Yeah. Well, we've just had an email through actually about figures, stats, and statistics for Das Capitans on Apple Music. 440 plays in the last week. It's an increase. 1 Shazam. So that means someone's heard a song of ours and wanted to know what it was in Kansas City. Shout out to that person who did that. Sure you're watching this.
Oh, and I'll tell you what it was. It also says on the email that was Crunk. That was a Shazam song in Kansas City.
Now, the top cities we've been listened in. Number 1, London was 270 listens.
Yeah, proper fucking London.
We have just taken over London. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Number 2 is Norton.
Where's that? It's virus free.
COVID didn't hit Norton at all. They were fully protected. 51 listens in Norton.
Norton.
And Edinburgh 49.
Edinburgh.
All the hotspots. London, Norton, Edinburgh.
Does that actually... So we've had 440 plays, 270 in London, 51 in Norton, 49 in Edinburgh. Does that add up to 440?
No, that's up to 370.
So there are other places. Let's see all.
That would be funny if we'd just been listened to in London, Norton, and Edinburgh.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. Oh no, we would have to sign in. I can't bother to sign
I
in.
can't be asked. I'm done with that now.
Yeah. So how's your...
Sorry, just thought Sam had sent us a message, but he hasn't. We haven't. Has he stood us up here, do you think?
I hope not. I hope not. He'll be alright. We'll just have to have our chatting extra long. People have to listen to our chat, irreverent chat. What do you have for dinner?
Something quite bad, actually,
Okay.
because I was running late. They had a sweet chili chicken wrap from McDonald's.
Did you? Wrap of the day today, isn't it? Friday? Literally?
I don't know. I didn't look that closely. They have a wrap of the day.
Is it just that or the meal? Yeah, they have a wrap of the day.
Yeah.
I think it's Monday and Friday is sweet chili one. $1.99.
But they do repeat the wrap of the day 3 times in 1 week.
They've only got 3 wraps, I think. So,
Well, that's ridiculous. Normally, you'd have 7 of something to do something of the day. Not. I'm not impressed with that.
what other kind of chicken wraps could you do then? They do sweet chili. They do like barbecue. I think that's actually it. I think they've actually got 2. So sweet chili might be 3 days: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Wrap of the day.
I always used to wonder why they called soup of the day. Why is it not just soup?
Because chef would have prepared a big, massive pot of a soup for that day.
I bet it lasted a few days, but they don't call it soup for the next few days, do they?
It depends where you go. There's a hotel that I've stayed at in Scotland for work, and in the restaurant there, the soup of the day has been the same since I've ever been. It's never changed.
Soup of the year.
I'll have
soup of the decade, please. Thank you.
I started going in there probably about 2005, maybe 2004, and literally the menu hasn't changed at all since then. It's not just what's on it, the actual whole menu is still the very same menu. It's just so stodgy. It's brilliant.
Anyone who's seen one of our new videos has seen one of your kind of hotel breakfasts recently. The video for Wait and See, which was fantastic. That I wasn't consulted before it happened. That's fine. The breakfast, brilliant. There's something quite hypnotic, quite therapeutic.
The amount of people that have commented and messages saying, "Yeah, it's so arty, it's brilliant." It's just been full of it.
Just accidentally hit record when you were munching on your
You see, Did you see that American guy? I can't remember who it was. Commented on Facebook.
We'll name check him and then we can tag him in it. That's just how this works. To get more viewers, we'll mention people. Just looking on Facebook. Fizz Wallace.
Yes.
Lara Blake. Neil
Snuff.
Saunders. Neil Saunders. James Shipside. Danielle Goldstein. Hang on.
Definitely James.
Casey Gardner from the US of A.
Read out what he said on all of the comments.
Hang on, he's in 2 bands. Ectogasm and Fields of Saturn.
Saturn or Satan?
Saturn, the planet. He's a board certified behaviour analyst at Paloma Academy.
Is he?
Shout out to his fiancée Nicole Miller. Anyway, what were you saying? Woohoo, Nicole.
Yeah, no, read out what he said about the
Oh yeah.
about the brick.
You have to fill for a minute 'cause I can't find it.
Spot on my leg.
Lovely.
Is it normal to have spots on your legs?
Not really. Not your age. So Casey Gardner has viewed the video of you eating a cooked breakfast. His first message is, what are the balls? Hang on. What are the balls?
What are the fucking balls?
He's American, not Irish.
Oh, sorry.
And you put, they are/were mushrooms. They could have been a little nicer. He says, I've heard of beans with breakfast, but never mushrooms. I guess we Americans eat a boring breakfast. Emoji. You put, got to have mushrooms on a breakfast, still you guys have pancakes instead. Emoji. He put, oh man, you all don't have pancakes, and then there's kind of a gif here, or a gif, of a Prince dancing with some pancakes.
Like that.
Yeah. And then you put, not with the bacon and maple syrup. That would be far more gluttonous than 2 fried eggs, 2 sausages, 3 bastard bacon, fried tomatoes, fried mushrooms, hash browns, black pudding, white pudding, beans, fried toast beans, and 1 in Scotland haggis. Laughy cry emoji. So, that was your chat. He didn't reply to that. I think you'd had enough by then.
Yeah, that's the level of my chat on these.
He only wanted to know what the balls are.
It's only made polite conversation.
Oh, come on, Sam Cox.
Sam Cox, come on.
Oh,
Hey,
oh,
hey.
there he is.
Sam. Is that
Oh.
headphones on? Headphones? Sam. Yes.
Sam,
You look like a Jedi.
Sam.
You're a Sith.
A sieve.
Sith. Even your eyes look blue. Oh my god, what's going on? Can you hear us?
You can hear us, I think.
I can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you. Say it again. People love it when you do that. Can't hear you.
Yeah. Can't hear you.
You're on mute. You're on mute. Can't hear you. You are on mute. You're not now.
You're mute. Are you just moving your mouth? Is there actually sounds coming out your mouth?
Uh-huh. Well, that was Sam Cox, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight, Sam. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yay. Wow.
Oh, hello.
Oh, I
Hello.
forgot. We texted earlier and said, yeah, because we were late on tonight, because it's past 9 o'clock, and that's quite late for us. We'll do the bedtime theme. I forgot about that.
Oh, I've already. This is just normal. It's
Oh.
because I've been doing bedtime, you see, and that's why I
Okay.
was with the headphones because I'm trying not to be too noisy, waking my little one up.
What bedtime story did you read?
We're reading. It's called Clock of Stars
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Modern.
good?
Clock of Stars. I highly recommend it. It's really exciting. Clock of Stars. I can't remember who it's by.
Clock of Stars.
Clock of Stars.
Let's have a look.
It's by Francesca Gibbons.
Ah,
It's really cool. It's about some kids that go through a door in the woods and they come into a parallel universe and then go and live in a castle, and there's like these monsters called Skret who everyone's really scared of, but the king has stolen the heart of the mountain. Yeah, it's really good. It's really exciting.
I like it.
Making
Might
me
read it
sleepy.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
we've just killed about half an hour time on here chatting to each other. So thank God you've arrived, because we run out of things to say, to be honest. So what we normally get to do to start off with on these is I get Steve to do the introduction, but because Steve knows you already and I don't know you, I thought, no, I'm gonna do it this time. So I've done some research.
Yeah.
So Sam Cox is a 23-year-old artist, better known as Mr. Doodle, who describes his practice as OCD, obsessive compulsive drawing. Over the years, Cox has chalked up clients, including MTV and Adidas, working for people who are clearly enamored with what he calls his growing drawing virus. So
This fucking guy, man.
that's
This
Sam
fucking
Cox
guy.
for you.
Yeah.
23 as well, only 23.
Yeah, I'm 23.
And it's interesting
And
that-
I'm ginger and live in Bristol, yeah.
That's brilliant. Yeah, and you're the first one that comes up on Google as well, which is you're obviously doing quite well. So the first one.
Amazing.
And he also came to Norwich to do an exhibition as well. So he double fucked me.
Oh, so you've heard of him? He is famous, is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
I follow him. He's famous. He's got like 18,000 followers on Instagram and shit. Like, he's a millionaire. He's
No,
a millionaire. He exhibits in like
oh yeah,
Southeast Asia and stuff. Yeah,
I recognise
he's,
him. I was just making a joke, but actually I recognise him. Yeah,
yeah.
Making a shit joke, but actually it's a talking point. Yeah.
That's a fucking. I mean, I don't hate his work as well. I quite like his work, and our work isn't that dissimilar, really. It's sort of doodly, and I do a lot of doodly stuff. But he decided that he's called the Doodle Man. I mean, he's very like Keith Haring, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a bit like Keith. Do you know Keith Haring?
I know the name. I recognise the name.
Yeah, you'd know it if you see it. It's like what the Doodle Man copies him, but Keith Haring was doing it in the 80s.
Right.
But don't mean to be disparaging to the Doodle Man. Fair play to you, man. So obviously, you're Sam Cox as well.
Yeah.
So if he calls himself a doodle man, what do you call yourself?
The Doodle Old Man. The old dude. The old doodle.
Doodle.
The old dude.
Steve, can you do the actual introduction then? As I
Yeah, well, Sam Cox. This is the amazing Sam Cox who does Sam Cox art. He's done the cover of our latest album, Semi Skimmed. Absolutely brilliant drawing of us. Brilliant models. So
it's quite easy to work with, to be honest.
As well, old friend of mine. We spent a lot of days together back in the I don't know, 18 or 98, 99, something like that, wasn't it?
I was trying to think, Steve. I don't think I've seen you since hanging out with babies. Like, I don't think I've hung out since.
You were going to come to one of the Fuzz gigs in Norwich when we played there, but then you got held up with something, or
yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, something happened. I couldn't make it. I was really excited because you were playing in Norwich. I was like, yes, I get to go out, and then. Yeah,
it was rubbish. It was a bad gig. It wasn't worth it. It was rubbish.
Oh, really?
But it probably was. Yeah, it probably was like early 2000s, 2001, 2002, or something like that we last saw each. But
there might have been a time like when people come back from uni and stuff, and we might have been a little bit of a hang out there, like when we were in our early 20s. But I think it's got to be more than it's got to be 20 years.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Wow.
It's horrible.
This is like a nice reunion. Yeah.
I'm terrible. I'm honestly, I'm so miserable. I went off to university and came back so miserable and never saw anybody ever again. The time of my life.
I was listening to the first one actually, and it's quite interesting just how like university just broke you from killed your love for music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we were learning, because we were doing, we were kind of building and programming synthesizers and learning all about maths of reverb and all this kind of stuff and how to acoustically treat things and all the maths involved in it. And oh God, I'm not interested in all that. I just want to make a lot of noise. And but I don't know. And where I was in Hatfield, it was just all kind of garage DJs and stuff like that. It was just nothing but that around. So there was no kind of scene to go around to or anything. And so yeah, I just didn't like it really. But never mind. It only took me about 10 years after that before I started playing again. But never mind.
So before we go into your art history and your life, Sam, Steve's told me that your family invented the Cox apple.
It's true.
He's adamant it's true, but I don't know if you're both taking the piss out of me now or not.
No, I think we are taking the piss out of you.
Steve.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Yeah. I mean, I might have started that. You know, yeah, I'm a Cox from the Cox, family.
Exactly. Well, I've come from somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. We used to have, when I was growing up, we used to have one of them. Do you remember you used to get those posters that were like written in like olden days writing and had like a coat of arms on and stuff? Family name history. And the origins of Cox could be a young lad who struts around like a cock. I'm just a bit of a fucking cock, really.
Maybe it could be all of that. You could be a cock holding a Cox's apple, strutting around.
Strutting around, yeah. With me cock hat.
How is strutting around? I don't know.
It is derived from the word cock, which means from the hills.
From the hill. So you're not a Norfolk boy, innit?
No.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
No.
It's my mother's maiden name. Little fact for you there as well. So we have a discussion before you came on as if we may be related.
Yeah, probably cousins.
Yeah, we probably are.
Yeah, we must be.
Where's your mother from, Simon?
The hills. Yeah, round this way.
Is she Fendale?
She's a local girl for local people. Sorry, Mum's not watching this.
My mum's probably watching it.
Is she?
Yeah. So don't offend my mum.
No.
No swearing.
Oh, sorry. This is bad.
She doesn't care. It's fine.
What do we? I've never spoken to an artist before. I try to avoid them, so I'm not sure where we go with the questions. Around.
I can show you some of my materials if you like, because we're actually in my desk. I've got a paintbrush here. Look at this.
Oh, look at that. What's that do?
So I dip it in this, ink.
Right, and then you put that on your iPad?
Move it around, move it around on the iPad, yeah.
That's the new Apple Pencil, Apple Paintbrush.
Apple Pencil, yeah. Cox I invented the Apple as well, obviously. All these Apple products, they're all...
Mm-hmm. So you actually do you always carry those around with you? Because I just take this everywhere, the actual Apple Pencil. That's all I need. Paintbrush, pencil, pen, felt tip, does it all.
I've recently invested in one of those since actually doing your album cover. For your album cover, I borrow, because I work at the art school in Norwich.
Right.
You can borrow equipment. So I borrowed, it's called a Cintiq. It's like a drawing tablet. And I borrowed it to colour that in. And then I was like, I was thinking, fuck yeah, I might get one of these. It's about 350 quid. And then I was like, all it does is just for drawing. Well, I could get an iPad and then I could watch, porn on it as well.
Tax deductible as well.
Yeah.
Tax deductible porn, perfect.
Yeah.
You can do split screen now as well on iPads, so
yeah.
you can do your painting whilst you do yourself.
Research, body
Yeah.
form of research and stuff.
Um,
Did you say body form, Steve?
Yeah. As
Did you
in
sing that?
form of
Did
a
you
body.
sing that instead? Did you sing that? Can you sing that, please?
Oh, body form. Oh, body
You
form
can-
for you.
That'd be a great cover.
Yeah.
um,
Wow. Really get into it. Wow, body form.
know what the video's got to be. Got to be on rollerblades, pulled by a dog, hot pants. Oh dear.
so this is what it's like to chat to an artist, then, is it?
This
Expecting.
is what it was like in in Baby's house in the late 90s.
Good times. Steve, did you used to work at sorry Simon, but I'm just gonna we'll get off memory lane soon. But did you work in Anglia Windows with us? Do you remember Andy Cox?
Andy Cox.
Yeah, he was a boss. He was our boss.
No, I didn't work there.
He didn't work there.
No, I didn't. That was one of the jobs that loads of people used to have, isn't it? The phone calling everybody trying to get.
Yeah, that's right.
Was he related to you, Andy Cox?
No, he wasn't. He just happened to be another Cox, and we got him really stoned at work. And then he came back to Baby's house. He was sick everywhere, all over his desk. Like he had diabetes, and we got really high at work. And then his boss came in, and he was our supervisor. He was a few years older than us, and he just went off the rails one day. He was like, "Yeah, lads, go get me some hash." So we got him some hash. We got him really, really high. And then, his boss came in. He had this diabetes, and he was like, got really nervous. Thought his blood sugars were low. Drank like a can of Lil, and then just projectile vomited all over his desk. And then we had to take him. We had to take him back to Baby's house. And then, he just he took his trousers off because he was just I don't know. Yeah. It doesn't go on the internet or anything, is it? It is.
It's going exactly on the internet. We don't edit anything.
Yeah, it's all going on. We're not cutting any of this out.
I
don't know where to go next. I've just been sitting there actually Googling famous people with last name Cox. So
Brian Cox.
Courtney Cox, Carl Cox,
Yeah. Carl Cox.
Yeah.
Bobby Cox, and
Just saying any name. Terry Cox.
Brian Cox, Sarah Cox, Laverne
Sarah
Cox. And big.
There's a lot of Cox
big fat
about.
Cox. Yeah, big fat Cox. That's another one. Anyway, what we're often interested to find out with the musician types is like, when did you first start playing a guitar? When did you first get into music? So I was just thinking, at what age did I realize I couldn't draw? Because that's quite a significant moment in a child's life, is when you realize that you just can't fucking do it. Like, you try and draw something and it just looks like a worm. Whatever you're trying to draw looks like a worm. So when did you realize? Do you remember the moment you went, "Fuck yeah, I'm Sam Cox"?
There was definitely a turning point when I moved to Kings Lynn. So I went to school in Terrington, and then went to school in Lynn. So I was a new boy there, but I could draw. I always was into drawing anyway. And then I remember drawing like turtles for people in school, and they were like they were like, oh yeah, these are fucking really cool, and I didn't know anyone, and so it was like, oh, this means I'm not going to get beat up. And turtles are really easy to draw. Like, it's really easy to draw the turtles. So,
turtle guy.
Can you just briefly?
Yeah.
Sorry to jump in there. Could you just
Yeah.
explain how I draw a turtle? I'm going to do it very quickly with a description of how you draw it.
So it's just they've got like a round head, and then so just a very kind of like an arch about as big as a small humpback bridge.
Yeah.
And then a little bandana, so a little band going across.
Where?
And then
Well, its body.
No. So I'm just talking the turtle's head, really.
Jesus, we're on the head still.
Yeah, I haven't moved off the head.
Oh,
I only ever did heads. I think.
I've just drawn his body.
Oh, you've done the whole body.
Yeah, I'm a quick. We're doing 12 albums a year. I can draw a fucking turtle in 2 minutes.
I thought I was describing it to you as though you'd never seen one before. Can I see what you've got?
What is a turtle? Oh, you're an artist. Beautiful.
Anyway, sorry, you went to King's Lynn Injury Turtles. Was where we got to. So you were drawing turtles so you wouldn't get bullied. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Did that work?
Yeah. So it got me in, got me in with a
With the two.
it got me in with Martin Fish.
Fish.
Yeah.
Fishy.
Tagging Fishy in this.
Names around Lynn. I don't know what he's up to these days. But he was a good lad. Yeah, Fishy. Yeah.
Did you call him Fishy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody good rep.
Good name to use, isn't it?
It's Finchy.
Yeah.
So the question was, when did it? Yeah, I think it's just always been like my favorite thing to do, really. Like, and it would be something I'd do. So I was always quite enjoyed being social, but then I was always, when I was a small child, when people went away, so like if we had my cousins come and stay or anything like that, I'd enjoy it. But then as soon as they went away, I'd be off to my room and just drawing. It was like a way to like decompress, the social the situation or whatever. So yeah, and I think that's always how it's been, really. It's sort of yeah.
I don't know what we're laughing at now.
I don't know.
You still get the same joy from it.
Yeah,
how does it work?
I do in some ways. Yeah, it's different, isn't it? It's because you think it also, the idea of sort of professionalism comes into it as well at some point, and you think, oh fuck, I should be making money out of this. And then you got, the dude, the other Sam Cox, who's making loads of money, dickhead.
Tagging him in this, tagging Sam Cox in this as well.
Yeah, tag him in. Let's have it. Let's fucking have it. I've got nothing to lose. I'm 40 years old, mate.
You two need to have it out, seriously. A doodle off. Like one hell of a doodle. Yeah.
Be quite into that. I mean, it would help my profile immensely. I don't know what it would do for his, but
well, this video is to do that as well, actually. So your profile is going to go through the roof after doing this video.
Yeah. Get at least 2 more fans.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think there's definitely there's a conflict there, isn't there, between just doing something for yourself that you enjoy and then doing something for other people that they're going to give you money for. And then it becomes it's hard. It's hard. I've got another friend who came out of the woodwork a little while ago. I've got to be careful about what I'm saying, haven't I? It's the thing with the internet. But it's funny when you it's I say yes to things, Sometimes you say yes to things. I feel like this is therapy. Is this a therapy session?
Talk to us.
What was the question again, Simon?
I don't remember. Something about turtles.
Turtles.
Fishy. We got to Fishy. We're on to someone else now, aren't we? You're about to give us a story about someone else, and then you've stopped yourself.
I've pulled back from that one because it still might happen. So I'm just gonna.
We're talking about the conflict between art for yourself and the professionalism of it all, which is kind of we were having this discussion in terms of music the other week in terms of at what point do you call yourself a musician? Is it when you start getting paid to do it, or is it is it all to do with the profession of it, or is it to do with I don't know, something else, a feeling that you've got, like, just, do you know what I mean? When do you call yourself an artist? Is it when you do it in your bedroom for fun, or is it when you're getting paid for it?
And I think that's it. And I don't really see there's much of a distinction between a musician and a visual artist. It's all art, you know. And I think, and it's all, in the same way as it's also, you know what I mean? It's inspiration. It's getting into that sort of flow state, which you don't even know where that comes from necessarily. It's just like, how do you know to write songs? Where are the words coming from? Where's the melodies coming from? They just come, you know what I mean? You're just knocking it out. But also at the same time, there's a craft there, there's practice, there's honing your skills. It's really, really similar, I think. And you're right. There's some. I don't really consider myself to be an artist as such. Yeah. I do, but I always have done. But it's almost like a secret. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like.
Why is that? Why is it? Why do you think that? Why do you think it's a secret? Why are you not proudly going saying I'm an artist because you work in an art school?
How I was brought up, you know. I think there's definitely a sort of a class thing in place. My mum was always very encouraging, but there's nobody else in the family who did anything creative as a living. Do you know what I mean? So it was always felt, and then especially as I went through my 20s and still wasn't getting anywhere with it, and through my 30s and still, you know what I mean. And people have always also been kind of like, you know what I mean. Perhaps you should get a job,
get a real job.
Yeah. And so now I work at an art school. So it's all, you know what I mean? I'm like halfway there now. But for years, I held on to the kind of idea that I'm going to make it. And so never wanted to do anything other than like work it. Like I worked at Pizza Express for a long time, did these kind of jobs so that I could still, rather than doing a job where it felt like you were committing to a career, doing something where you kind of feel like, this is just for some cash, you know?
So that's being an artist, and that is you are an artist. So
it's legitimate, isn't it? Yeah,
because the art there is the main thing that you want to be doing. That's your main love there, and everything else is funding that. So
how upset would you be if your hands dropped off?
I'd probably be quite upset. But I'd find, you know, I'd just draw with something else, I reckon, or might do something else, you know. You see that film, My Left Foot?
Yeah, you could do my right foot.
Yeah,
it's very kind of you, Simon. We've never even met in the flesh, and you're already offering me to.
You can do my right foot anytime. Show me how to draw turtles a bit more. You can do what you want. Yeah.
You could clasp the pencil with your foot. And I can guide it.
Come here, Sam. Come here.
No, do the face mask. Do the face mask. Color it in purple. This one is Leonardo.
Can I draw the shell on the turtle now? Can I?
No, you're still on the head.
Michelangelo is a party dude. Stop it, Simon.
Okay, serious again. What, with your permission, Sam Cox, I wanted to screen share some of the initial ideas that you had for the Semi Skimmed album. Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I wish I'd thought of something funny now and put something funny up on the screen, but I've genuinely got the
Oh, right.
genuinely got the.
Yeah.
Oh,
There they are.
Oh, look at that.
I think that would have been a nice, you know, I was going to do, I sort of saw you as giants, you know, like Godzilla and King Kong walking through thing. I'm not sure what sign it is now.
You see something?
Yeah.
He's spotted something.
It's a reflection off my head, I think. But no, that's a good picture. There was a couple that we were keen on. This is one of them, definitely. We liked them all, but there were a couple that really stood out, and the bench one, which what we went for, and this one we liked as well.
So was this in your head first, or do you just put whatever it was, pencil, whatever you use, to paper and see what happens?
I think there were even earlier sketches, weren't there? They got thumbnails. I should find my. I had a little.
I've got some more here. Let me see what I've got. Yeah, here we go. I've got what you're talking about.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so these are just like, so that's like having an idea and then just very quickly drawing it. Like,
can't see the other ones, but I've only got this one on to share. But
that looks like one of them sketches.
I mean, we would have been happy with that, Steve, wouldn't we? If you didn't do any more, if you just gave us that and said I've finished, it was like,
How much more work?
You could have saved a lot of time there, Sam. We sent that over. We still would have sent you the £1,000 we gave you.
I imagine if we got other Sam Cox to do it, it would have been £1 million, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What else we got? So, here we go. Here we go. Sorry. Here's an early one of the bench.
Oh yeah.
Was that the first bench one then?
That would have been the first bench one, yeah.
We really like this.
Your thermos looks more like cider there, doesn't it, Steve?
It does actually, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Have I got something in my hand? Have I got a mug in my hand, or is that just my hand?
Yeah, you've got a mug, yeah.
A mug in one hand and your head in the other hand. You look quite depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look thoroughly fed up with me. I look a little bit like I've got the beard of that guy on what's it? Oh, that pirate film.
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, but the one who's got the beard that goes.
Yeah.
I look a little bit like that. But...
Flappy chops. And then I think the next one for the bench was 1 second.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much where we ended up, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And then Steve had his flask. I didn't have anything though, and I wanted something in my hand.
Yeah.
So I requested, I believe, the milk carton, didn't I?
Yeah.
You did, yeah.
Then we got to the. Oh, hang on.
No. Did we request something referring to the fact that you wanted something blur on yours? And
Yeah, I'm now sharing. So we got to then. This is obviously the final one.
yeah,
Yeah, I wanted the old milky milk carton.
Yeah, there it
My
is.
favourite possessions that I have is my little milky milk carton.
It looks weird, doesn't it?
That's awesome, isn't it? It's good. Are you happy with that? Are you really happy with that, Sam?
Yeah, kind of. There's a lot that I'd. It's like anything, isn't it? Thing is, I see things that I don't like in it, and then it's hard. Sometimes drawing is most of what I draw is just like not even thinking about. So to try and draw something that's like what you've got in your head is much harder, I think.
yeah.
I'd do this again. I'd sort that your hand looks a bit weird and there's something funny going on in your eye as well.
I'm from Whiz Beach.
Yeah.
It's quite accurate.
But yeah, no, I'm quite happy with it.
Oh, okay.
Happy with it. Yeah.
We absolutely love it. No, seriously, we absolutely love it. And there's loads of comments about it as well, how much people are liking the cover. So no, absolutely love it. And we're going to I'm certainly going to get it printed and put on the wall as well.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, I'll send you. I don't know what. I'll send you a high res one then if you do.
Yeah,
that.
no, that would be cool if you could.
Yeah. I think it can comfortably go like A3, I reckon A2.
Yeah,
It's nice.
and we can start. Selling that on all sorts of places because we never did get that contract from you, so we can do whatever we want with it.
Oh yeah, you can do what the fuck you want with it. Yeah.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I remember you saying about that. So, right, we're going to send a contract over just in case we want to do other things. That's not going to happen. He's not going to send it. No, he's not going to do that.
No, I panicked a bit. You see, I've just, it's one of those things people say, isn't it? It's like, oh, you need to get a contract if you're doing work for someone. Oh, do I? Why? Well, they might fuck you. Oh, really? Don't say that. Yeah. What if they put it on t-shirts? Well, it's all right. I don't really
I
care.
don't know. I don't understand it. If we put on a t-shirt, will we promoting you? Going, yeah, Sam Cox did this. Check out Sam Cox. I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We give our music away all the time.
Yeah.
So it's because no one will pay for it. We give it away, but
we have to, so we can.
we have to. Yeah, we have to force people to listen to it. We have to literally pin people down and put headphones on them.
I bought an album on Bandcamp the other day.
What, by us or someone else?
Of yours, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. It was good. It was good. Enjoyed it. It was Fuzz and the Felts.
Oh, was it Fuzz and the Felts one?
Yeah.
Was it? I remember that.
Yeah. You don't remember that?
Don't know that.
Hang on, which one was it? Angry, shouty, middle-aged.
Oh yeah, that was. So yeah, we did 2 EPs. There's Fuzz and the Felts. So far, it's not over yet. And that was the second one we did.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I've made my hair and head big. What? What's going on? Fucking hell. I can't believe I work as a technician, you know. I'm like an IT technician. I've got a fucking clue. Lockdown has just done me.
Yeah.
I'm like my nan.
I was thinking that actually. You remind me a lot of your nan. Of Coxie. Yeah.
How has lockdown been for you? Is it? Yeah, because obviously the art school's not been open, is it? I don't suppose. And
We opened up. It's quite weird. It's we opened up again. I've been in since August, really, and then in the last lockdown, we were closed in from January. But it's quite interesting. It was almost like the lower pay grade you were, the more you got in. You were like, I was like, the technicians are cannon fodder. Just get them in. Lockdown cannon fodder. But no, it's fine. It's fine, really. I quite enjoyed it. The first, when it was this time last year, it was great, wasn't it?
it was, yeah.
Now,
Yeah, weather was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Spending so much time with your family and everything, and just it was nice. I liked it, but
lovely.
Have you had the virus, Sam? Out of interest?
not that one.
Not that one. No.
I was going to say I did just see you itching, so I did just wonder.
No, I've got the bug, man. No, sorry, it's not funny, is it?
Oh,
No.
Well, we were talking about giant 600-pound people before you joined us.
600. Oh yeah, that's what Steve was messaging, wasn't it? The 600 pound.
Trying to be as polite as we can about 600-pound people.
Sam, you've got to watch it. It's an amazing program.
Is it?
Honestly.
600.
My £600
I want to say the $600 man. It's not that, is it? It's the.
No, it's not. No, my £600 life is people like £600. We worked out earlier is 42.8 stone. So
right, okay.
Quite big.
Yeah.
And essentially they're losing weight. There was one person on there who lost about £400 in a year. That's good going, isn't it? The problem is he just had all this leftover skin, so he could just kind of.
Be cool though, because if you'd be like, it's like your own little wingsuit, isn't it? Like a flying fox.
They push him off a Yeah. And it doubles up as a duvet at night time as well.
Yeah. Just get your wife in there, you know. Whole family, get the whole family.
There's, there's one we saw which it's terrible really because this bloke died. It doesn't have a real, but this particular one died. He's about £750 or something like that. And when me and Heidi were watching it, we were basically commenting every time you see him, he's laying on this bed and he does look like literally he's fallen down about a mile from the ground and just splattered on them. Just kind of like
Everything just spread out.
yeah.
Do you remember that one? That man with the man with the 20-stone bollock or something? Remember that? He had. Oh, and he just looked so depressed. He just looked so miserable because he had this massive ball bag. It was like a bin bag. It was like just a massive bin bag. He couldn't do anything. Had to push it around in a fucking wheelbarrow. His life was well shit with his massive bollock.
You wouldn't go out, would you? You wouldn't leave the house. You wouldn't bother with a wheelbarrow.
No.
I wouldn't risk my wheelbarrow getting a puncture when you're in town. You'd just be stuck in the middle of town with your just people coming along and flicking it. Oh. All right, we're gonna get cut off from the Zoom call because we don't pay for the subscription. So I'm going to send another invite out because I don't feel like we've quite finished discussing important topics yet. Is that all right? Have you got to go to bed?
Yeah. No, I'm up now. Yeah, that's great.
Okay. All right, I'll send another invite in a minute. All right, in a bit.
Bye.
Can you imagine voices of angels on our songs? You smell like poo. You smell like poo. Big fat poo. Big fat poo. Big fat. The poo is in your face. It's not even nice to look at it anymore.
Here he is.
Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Hey. Hey. Where are you? Hey.
I drew one of the turtles, like.
Oh. Oh. What, in that little gap you drew that? In that little space? Fuck's sake, he is an artist, isn't he?
Trying to remember. Oh, what's that? The fucking ferry boat? No, it's the Kelvin. Oh yeah. Oh man.
Lights in there.
Oh, I love the Kelvin.
Doesn't look so good now, does it?
No, it looks terrible now, doesn't it? That's what it looks like nowadays, isn't it? Still.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
No one's taken it on yet then.
No.
I can't remember. We used to get some right old models in there. Do you remember that guy Shane who drank I'm sure he drank like an ashtray. Like we put an ashtray in a pint glass and he necked that. I'm drinking a pint, down in a pint, and then being sick in the same pint glass as someone having to go get rid of it for me.
There was always one of them, wasn't there? There was always one of them in the pub who would eat the contents of an ashtray for a laugh.
Yeah.
And we'd all be going, oh my God, it's amazing. And now you look back and you just go, serious mental health issues. And it was still funny, but
yeah, there was some things going on, weren't there?
Yeah.
You remember Matt Blunt, Sam? Do you remember Matt Blunt?
Yeah, Blunty. I was thinking about him the other day. Yeah, because you knew him from Wisbeach, didn't you, Matt? And Gav as well. Yeah, because they came to our. So did we know you from sixth form from those days then, or did I just know you from college?
It was through college. It's through college. Well, no, because it would have been through six. It was through Blunty and Gavin Hubbard, them lot, and because they knew you through sixth form. I was at college at the time though, but they were my mates anyway, so it's just kind of mixing. Yeah. In that way, but yeah, Blunty's doing well. He worked over in Belgium for a while. He was a lecturer in Belgium, so Brussels University, I think, or something like that, and. You know Matty Redshaw? Do you remember Matty Redshaw as well?
Redshaw.
He was always quite quiet.
Yeah, he's kind of a quiet guy with sort of like dyed red hair, perhaps, and it's quite handsome, classically handsome.
All the girls liked him. They still do like him. He's a lecturer of quantum physics or something now over in Michigan State University. That's what being quiet and getting on with your studies does, I suppose.
No, good lad. Fair play to him.
Look at us three. Look at us on a Friday night.
We spent a lot of 98 in that. I was just saying, sorry, we spent a lot of 98 in that pub there, and
that was great.
Watching the World Cup in there at times, and it was good fun, good times.
I remember being in there. I don't know. You didn't really. Did you get into pills then?
No.
I
was never into that.
No, she used to drink and smoke. Yeah, but I remember I'm sure it was New Year's Eve, and they were playing. Do you remember? Just wanna dance the night away.
Mavericks. Yep.
Mavericks. That was it. And fucking gurning so hard, just sitting, when everything starts jittering like this, like, and you're like, ooh, just sitting there. It's like being in Train Spotting, just like, ooh, crossing Andy. And then this fight broke out, and they're like smashing, people are smashing like table chairs over each other's heads and stuff. And we're like, should we leave then, lads? This is getting a bit dodgy, isn't it? Yeah, we'll get going. Yeah, let's go. It was, horrendous, but brilliant as well. They had a dog, didn't they? Because it was such a weird pub because it was like the policeman's pub, but it was also, they'd serve children in there.
Well, instead of drinks, they would serve children instead of drinks.
It was a funny old place.
Yeah, it was a rough old place, yeah. And their dog used to come. Do you remember that dog?
Yeah.
And he used to, I remember him telling me before in that last pub, they used to go around just eating all the butts of the joints that people used to smoke. The dog was a bit tapped as well. What was her name, the landlady?
I can't remember.
They were both characters. Roy, he was called Roy.
Yeah, I remember Roy, actually. Yeah, that's come back to me.
Her name, what was her name? Hello, my darling. Hello, my sweetheart. She was like that, was she? It was great.
You ever play for the pool team? There's a load of us played for the pool team. We couldn't play.
We had it was the Bird Rocket was the best cue though, wasn't it? The Bird Rocket.
Yeah, yes. We went and played a game of pool at the locomotive opposite the train station, and did it. But it's we were there. We were all these poor students. We had no money or anything like that, and they ended up chucking us out because none of us were buying drinks or anything. So we're here to play pool. And I don't fucking care. Get out. You're not paying any fucking drinks, boys. Right, okay.
Yeah, it was good.
England.
Good times in Lynn.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not the same anymore. It's not the same. Even Chicago's is not there.
If it was there, it'd still be playing Bon Jovi, I would have thought.
Oh, yeah. It's just that one song, wasn't it? Every night on repeat.
Living on a prayer, wasn't it?
Living on a prayer, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still in contact with any of the old
Dacky, I suppose, because Dacky came to get some t-shirts off you a little while ago.
Yeah.
So I still speak to Dacky and Crossy and Babs. I sort of hear how Babs is getting on through Dacky.
Yeah. He's still close with his mum, isn't he?
He's close with because she just lives around the corner. Yeah. Don't really hear. I don't know what Tinny's up to.
No, he was quiet anyway when he's I've not heard from him since then, and perhaps I don't even hear from Baby really, to be honest. So I kind of I've seen him on Facebook, but he's not on there properly though, I don't think, because he doesn't talk or anything. And
He's got a profile, but I don't think he's
he's
on
got
there.
what? Sorry.
A profile, you know, he's got an
Yeah.
account.
Yeah. But yeah.
I don't mean a profile as in the police watching him. Oh, you're frozen.
Oh, you're frozen.
You're frozen. You're blaming us.
I think you'll find you're frozen,
We're
actually.
the pros. We don't freeze.
Freeze. There you go. You've unfrozen.
Oh God.
What? I mean, run out of things to talk about, have we? And you can talk about Babsy and Dobsy and Nobsy and Chobsy all night if you want, but
just find anybody's name and put a Y on the end of it. That's it.
Yeah.
Davey.
anyone who's still watching this, I'll be fucking amazed.
A reminiscent episode.
Yeah, no, I think, I don't know. I mean, Simon, so where are you from then? You from?
That's a quick conversation about West Beach. Yeah. But, I think, me and Steve, we talk about this. We must have crossed paths at some point when we were younger because we both were going to gigs in West Beach. But it was only mid 2000s that we properly connected and got in a band because of Steve's cousin. But we must have. We went to some of the same punk gigs in Wisbech in around 96, 97, those times. So we must have met them. And then, mid 2000s. And then since then, we've on and off been in bands. And
how do people from Wisbech feel about King's Lynn?
Used to be a huge rivalry, didn't it? Years ago.
Yeah, because people in King's Lynn were a bit scared of people from Wisbech, I think. Or perhaps they wouldn't admit that, but they thought Wisbech people were inbred and inferior.
It's a fair assessment, to be honest. I don't. There was a thing, wasn't? I don't know. Well, if there is a thing now, I'm not aware of it. I don't know if there is with the younger people at all. I don't think so now. They're
Not
too
the same,
interested. I think they're just too interested in stabbing each other to worry about what's going on in different towns. That's how they get the kicks these days. Just putting a knife in each other.
That rivalry, like Norwich Ipswich, it's the same. You know,
It's
died down a bit. It's a shame, isn't it? The old-fashioned rivalries.
Used to have a good scrap with the Wisbech and King's Lynn people. That used to be great fun.
But it would never go too far. There'd be a certain level of respect to any scrapping.
Yeah.
But now,
get in for a tear up. Then would you have a fucking tear up?
You're from Wisbech.
Now you'd just be dead in an instant. Be just done.
Yeah. I grew up living an equal distance between Wisbech and King's Lynn, so I was kind of which side do I choose?
Ambidextrous, we call that. If you live on the border, it's called ambidextrous. Trying to add some intelligence into this conversation. Struggling. What an exciting bank holiday weekend, but we've just been discussing the fact it's bank holiday, and no one really knew about this one. Nobody told us this one was coming. It wasn't advertised. All of a sudden, we've got a bank holiday. So you got any fun plans?
It's International Workers Solidarity Day, isn't it? So I'll be
working hard.
Trying
to earn a living.
I'm gonna go. I've got to go to my mum's tomorrow. I'm going to my mum's tomorrow. She's got some jobs.
You got to get rid of that "got to" part of the sentence.
Yeah, no, I'm going to my mum's.
That sounds nice. That'd be nice. Yeah,
that'd be nice. She carried me for 9 months and brought me into the world, and obviously I love her. It's not a duty, is it? It's nice.
You asked to be born, Sam.
This is also true. Yeah.
Another teenage angst things.
Yeah.
So what are you doing at your mum's anyway? You're doing some jobs.
I've got to move a load of shit for her. She's got a big. Got
£600.
Hey. It's actual poo.
No, it's not poo. It's like mulch. It's chopped up bits of. She had a bit of a tree taken down, and the the guys, the tree fellas, and I'm not talking about three Irishmen, you know.
The tree lads, yeah.
Yeah, the tree lads. They fit it through one of them, you know, machines, which chops it up into little bits. What do I mean?
The chopper up into little bits thing
I was
machine.
going to say spiralizer. That's what you put your courgette in, isn't it? To get courgette spaghetti.
Yeah. Yes, it's like a big one of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're gonna go over, make a pasta dish. Yeah,
You courgette in it while you're there. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a nice plan. I like that.
so that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna see another friend. I might see another friend as well, but obviously it's all what I don't understand what the rules are anymore. I don't know.
See him in a garden, I think, can't you? I don't know.
Gardens, yeah, gardens.
Right.
I will be in the garden anyway. So it's
Yeah, well, there we go. That's fine.
Well, what about the beyond this weekend then? What is your future artist plan? Have you got a plan?
Yeah, I think about this. You know, I think the next thing that I do, I've been doing recently. I've been doing this. It's like a 36. It's called 36 Days of Type. So it's like a daily drawing challenge thing.
Yeah, I've been looking at that. There's some good stuff on that.
There's some good and there's some dreadful, and it's sort of, and it's, you know, I think what I'd like to do is plan it out a little bit more. So the next thing I do, again, I want to try and land in that sweet spot of planning it, but also not planning it to the point where you get bored of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So still kind of churning it out, but churning it out to a level of like where there's a bit of structure to it rather than just
Random pick.
oh, I've got to do another one of these things. Let's see what happens. You know. Also, yeah, because that's it's not. Yeah. So yeah, I'd like to kind of try and get a little bit more focused with it, I think.
Yeah. And what is the art equivalent of doing 12 albums in a year?
Ooh, 12
Pictures
in a week.
Nah.
No, I don't know. They do things. There are little challenges like that. Like there are there's a thing called 24-hour comic day. They do that. But again, this is all like a kind of thing which is, you know, lots of people participating. I don't know anybody else who's doing what you guys are doing, where you like, because you guys just came up with it yourselves. Yeah. I think it's great.
We'll run out of ideas soon, probably. But
yeah, how are you finding that thing of like, how are you coming up with stuff to talk about and to sing about and write about and stuff? Have you got like digging through the archives a lot, or are you?
We thought we would do. We've got loads of stuff in the archives that we could use. So if we kind of start running out of ideas, we can dip into those. But we've got the next album, which is coming out in June, is already on Bandcamp and ready to kind of unprivate and go. The next one after that, we've got something like 10 or 11 songs for it already, I think, which are kind of half recorded and half ready. So, and we were discussing this today, really, like we might at some point do some kind of proper arty stuff, just Sonic Youth noise type stuff, or just some, because they can get away with it. They've done a whole album full of noise stuff, so
yeah,
we can kind of fit some of that in if we want to, because why not?
I bought those ones, you know, those Sonic Youth albums they did where they're like, what they called, where they're like, I've got the black one and the red one where it's just like a white spiral in the middle.
Yeah, what's those ones?
You know those? And that is just fucking unlistenable, both of those albums.
Yeah.
There's no tunes on them.
No, we were talking about Silver Sessions. There's one called Silver Sessions, which is just 12 tracks of literally just noise. And it's just, you listen to it the first time thinking, right, this song's going to build into something. Never does. And then you go through the whole album thinking, something's going to happen. It's just noise. And I bought this. Everybody's bought this and called it art, and it's brilliant. But
we found it. We found it weirdly easy so far, haven't we? I mean, that's 4 months gone now, and it's been all right. Like, you have a spare hour in the evening, I'll write a song. and then it's recorded, and then I've sent it to Steve, and we go, that'll do, and it goes on the album, and it's
And what's
just
the process then? So do you write most of it then, Simon? And because you're the main, you do most of the lead vocals, yeah?
yeah. So I do most of the lead vocals, but everything else is pretty much 50-50 split. On any of the albums, you'll find that half the songs came from my ideas and half from Steve's. So it just happens that way. I'll have a week where I'll do 3 or 4 songs in a week, and then I won't do anything for a few weeks, and then he'll have a go and do the same. So it's just worked out so far, hasn't it? And like we said, we released album 5 today. 6 is done and ready to go. 7's halfway there. We know what direction 8's going to go in. Album 9 is the stupid experimental one. That leaves 10 and 11 to figure something out.
And then there's the Christmas album.
And then it's end of year. We have options for what December is. So
Christmas album or best of.
Yeah, it's
Best of, yeah.
If we're completely out of ideas.
It's absurd, and we've perhaps seen each other this year about 3 times in person, and we're done all these albums. We've never done a gig. No one knows we exist particularly in real life. So it's a funny thing. It is, and it's turned into almost an experiment to see what can you do then. Okay, so normally you put out something once every 3 months, 6 months. People listen to it and like it, and then nothing happens for months, and then you do it again, and then you're disappointed because no one's really listened. But just putting stuff out nearly every week or 3-4 times a week, and then an album every month, it is like a real experiment just to see, what does this do? Does this get you followers? Does this get you interest? And it does, doesn't it? You can see it picking up each month. More radio play, people play it, more podcasts kind of talk about it. And on top of that, we decided to do a YouTube thing where we talk shit to people for an hour and a half at a time.
I love it. I think you're really inspirational, the pair of you. Like, it's really you motivate. You've motivated me. I mean, you haven't actually motivated me, but you've motivated me to think about motivating myself. Which is I think you're doing it, guys, and I'm really proud to know you and to have worked with you and been a tiny part of your journey. I think it's a great part of it. Yeah,
thank you very much. Appreciate that. We even got played on a Colombian radio station a couple of nights ago, didn't we? That came up on Facebook, apparently. So,
nice. And what about old Six Music? Have they Mark Radcliffe or anyone?
No, we've done some. To be honest, we've not. We've put various songs to BBC Radio Norfolk, and we've had various songs played, because you can only upload songs to stations where you have to put your postcode in, essentially, and it'll send songs to the appropriate one. And so my postcode I can get on Norfolk, Simon's one he can get onto Cambridgeshire region one. So we've had a few songs played on the local ones, the introducing shows, but nothing more than that.
Gatekeepers to the other station,
and it very much depends on whether that DJ on that BBC Cambridgeshire introducing show likes this kind of music. So if that DJ is into kind of more indie or rap music, there's no fucking way they're going to send us to the actual BBC 6 or Radio 1, whatever. Absolutely no way. So that's the only reason that we're not superly famous at the minute, because the BBC Cambridgeshire radio DJ is well, I'll be careful what I say in case they're listening.
I think also, to be fair, we don't do any of the we don't use any of the promotion companies or anything like that, or PR companies and all that kind of stuff, because half the fun in doing it is kind of doing all of that stuff yourself as well, all proper DIY stuff. I can't bear the thought of paying somebody.
They want hundreds of pounds, don't they, just to
for a couple of months kind of.
What do they do though? What do they do? They'll put stuff on Facebook and Instagram. That's it. What more can they physically do than we can't do ourselves?
Exactly. Yeah. We managed to get quite a few contacts now for it, also for various different podcasts who you get contacts through those podcasts as well, and radio stations. And so we've got to know loads of people, and loads of people that we can send music to, and they will 9 times out of 10 play the songs as well. And it's it's quite nice as long as they like it, obviously. But it's generally they've been well supportive of what we're doing and playing them. So.
Tell you what, I was just thinking that I really like about it as well. I'm guessing that this wouldn't have come about if it hadn't been for lockdown, would it?
Absolutely not. No way.
Because you could have been going out and playing gigs and doing it how you've always been doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas this is just like, well, fuck it, we're stuck at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's just churn it out.
That's what it got to. Yeah, it got to December, so the second lockdown, and it was around Christmas time, and it just felt miserable. So yeah, Steve was doing his Das Kapitan stuff anyway, and just I started doing it with him as well, and just kind of took over. But no, it wouldn't have happened. We never would have done this. I mean, 2 months ago, sitting here doing a YouTube channel, chatting to people was absurd as well, because we don't talk to people. We're kind of socially awkward and don't speak to anyone. So to be sitting here doing this as well, it's very interesting.
No, I think it's great. And I've had the idea to do this as well. But the nice thing about you two is that you're just fucking doing it, aren't you? You're not like overthinking it. You're just cracking on. And the nice thing about the music as well. Sorry, I just sort of say this as well. I was talking to my sister. I told my sister I did the album because I spoke to her last night and I was like, oh shit, what day is it? Because I think I've got to do this thing. And then I was like, yeah, they're putting out an album in a month. And she was like, oh yeah, so the quality's good then. She fucking bitch, my sister is. But I was like, it actually is. Like, it actually is. And, you know, because I kind of went through, you know, if your friends have got a project and you kind of, okay, yeah, I'll give it a go. Yeah. But with you guys, it's actually fucking good music as well. Me and Daki were talking about it. And we were like, it's actually fucking like proper music. They're not, you know what I mean? It's not.
I think we are self-aware enough to know if we got to February and it was a bit shit, we wouldn't have bothered. We know what sounds decent and what sounds a bit cheesy and naff. So we wouldn't have carried on with it. So no, that's nice. You said some nice things, Sam. Thank you very much. I'm waiting for the punchline. Yeah. But you fucking wankers.
Yeah, Sam, your personalities are so shit.
Right, I think we're going to have to bring this official chat to a close because this is going to be ridiculously long for YouTube. So we'll do the fake goodbye thing that we do, and then you two can carry on talking about Flobsy and Dobsy for a bit. So Sam Cox, where do people, if anyone's watching by now, Sam, where do people find your artwork, Sam?
It's called Sam Cox Art on Instagram, not on Facebook.
How did you come up with that name?
Well, the first 3 letters are my first name, the middle 3 letters are my last name, and the last 3 letters are the art.
Oh yeah, that works. That
does work. It's not obvious for a start. What?
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's kind of clever, isn't it?
I've
been thinking the amount of times I've changed my name. I've been AKA Farmer Crisp Mash. I was Farmer Crisp Mash for a bit. It's quite fun to say because it's really difficult to say. Crisp
Mash. Crisp Mash.
Crisp Mash. Yeah. Crisp Mash, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Crisp Mash.
Farmer Crisp Mash.
Crisp Mash.
I'm going to make a note of that. We've got this thing where we when someone says something or we like them, we write a song for them. So we're going to have a song on one of the albums called Farmer, Crisp,
yeah,
Mash.
Yeah.
Right, that's going to appear on one of the albums later this year. Done. So yeah, people can find you on the Instagrams and the shit like that, and they can also find you in Norwich if they look for you.
Yeah, come find me. I'm working the library in the art school, so you can just come and see me there. I mean, obviously you can't. You got a book to browse, but
if they really want to get to you, they would do though. So.
Yeah, and I'm MNR3. I'm fucking mile cross. You know, if you want it, come get it.
Oh, you're mile cross, are you?
Yeah, mile cross, mate. Yeah. Tasty, yeah.
I've got
a mortgage, so you know.
I work in Norwich quite a lot, so I know where you are.
Oh, quite threatening.
No, I just mean I can come and give you a hand with the mulching tomorrow if you want. So.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Well, my
just
mum's
been-
actually. I won't be there because I'll be near Ely. So.
Oh, okay. Lovely. Anyway,
I'll bring some mulch.
yes, mulch for everyone. Well, thank you for the conversation. Thank you for the lesson in turtle drawing.
No problem. Yeah.
I'm going to be drawing turtles all weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody check out Sam Cox art on Instagram. It's fantastic. Really
Yeah.
good.
Thank you very
Turns
much.
out he's quite a nice bloke as well, which was it's good. All right then. Bye then.
Lucky.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
See ya.